Hi everyone, welcome back. I've gotten so many comments asking for a tutorial on how I did my MacBook setup, so here it is. I'll go through how I customized my desktop wallpaper in Canva, changed my folder icons, set up sticky notes, and add widgets to make my MacBook feel more inspiring and enjoyable to use. The first thing I usually customize is the text because this is what makes the organizer actually work for your own lifestyle. You can change the text, add your class schedule or work schedule, and rename sections depending on what you want to use your desktop for. And all you have to do is double click to edit any text. You can add like a course name with a room number. I'm probably going to keep mine the way it is. Next, we're going to change the schedule color. So I'm thinking to do more of a pink for summer. I'm going to click on the first one, hold down shift while I select the rest so I can change them all together instead of doing it one by one. Then I'm going to click on the little circle color at the top. You can customize it to any color you want or also use the color picker too. If you put the images first, you can use that tool to match it to the aesthetic of the photos you picked. You can also change these sections at the top. I know a lot of people like having the apps on the desktop, so you can do one section for apps, or you can also do like personal and school just to organize those files. And I'm going to keep this to-do list text here because this is where I'm going to put my sticky note later on. Now we're going to update the mood board. So I always use Pinterest and I'll search up anything related to the aesthetic I'm going for. Since I'm planning on doing more of a pink aesthetic, that's exactly what I'll search up. Once you found a photo you like, click Copy Image, then go back to your Canva wallpaper and paste it there. This might sound weird, but delete the photo from the template, then go to your uploads and it'll show there. All you have to do is drag it into the photo placement you want. Once you're happy with the design, it's time to download it and set it as your wallpaper. I recommend downloading it as a PNG just to keep the quality clear. Once it's downloaded, open the image and save it to your desktop. Once you see it on your desktop, you can right-click it, then press Set Desktop Picture, and it automatically sets it up for you. This is probably the easiest way that I always do it. Another way is you can go to Settings, click on Wallpapers, and then upload the photo there. One of my favorite parts of this setup is customizing the folders to match your wallpaper. Instead of using the default folder icons, you can change them to match your aesthetic and make your desktop feel more cohesive. I've included this set of 20 folder icons with my desktop wallpaper template, so if you're using the template from my website, you'll already have these ready to go. To add them, just open the folder icon you want, click on it, and copy it. Then you can close this folder because we don't really need it anymore. Right-click on the folder that you want to change, click on Get Info, and click on this tiny little folder icon, and then paste it. Sometimes it won't show right away, but it does show that it's updated with the date and the time. So just close this window, and then open your actual folder, and it should automatically update that way. And then you can repeat this for the rest of your folders. Next, I'm going to show you how to set up sticky notes on your desktop. So sticky notes are really helpful for quick reminders, important tasks, weekly priorities, or anything you want visible without opening another app. If you have a MacBook, then it's free and you should already have it in your applications. Click File at the top, click New Note, and this is the default one that we're going to change. You can adjust the size, and I'm going to write down some notes just so I can show you how to change the fonts later. First, we're going to click Color at the top, and it has 5 default colors. I personally love the gray, so I usually keep it at that. Then you can highlight the text, click Fonts at the top, and you can pick between all of these that you should already have on your MacBook. I personally use the font Optima. I just always thought it was so pretty. You can also change the size here, and a shortcut is to highlight the text and then press Command plus or minus depending if you want to make the text bigger or smaller. And to center the title, I usually just do a bunch of spaces at the beginning of the word. Finally, we're going to add widgets because they make the desktop feel more interactive. We're going to right click on the desktop and then click Edit Widgets. Depending on what you like, you can add things like calendars, clocks, weather, reminders, or other tools that you want visible while working. I usually do the calendar view, reminders, and you can also change which list you want showing. Then the Pinterest widget, you can log into your account and pick which board you want the photos to show from. And you can also pick if you want the photos to change hourly or daily. And then I add another calendar widget to see a preview of my daily schedule. Another tip I wanted to show is how to hide the dock at the bottom so it'll only show when you swipe your cursor there. Go to settings, click on desktop and dock, and toggle on automatically hide and show the dock. One last thing I wanted to do is change the widget and app colors to match the aesthetic. So in settings, I'm going to click on appearance, turn on tinted and keep it in light mode, and then change the color to a light pink. I hope this tutorial gave you some inspiration for creating your own organized desktop setup and showed you how easy it is to customize a wallpaper organizer in Canva. If you're interested in the wallpaper I used in this video or my matching iPad wallpaper organizers, I'll have everything linked in the description below. The desktop template also includes the 20 matching folder colors I showed in this setup. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.